Good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to the video. My name is Somil Shah. I work as a software engineer. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to make event-driven architecture on AWS using AWS EventBridge and Lambda. We are gonna create our event bus. So essentially, the producer are gonna produce messages and are gonna publish to the event bus. From the event bus, we will write our custom event rule. We can have a lot of rules based on your business needs. So if a criteria is satisfied, then we essentially attach triggers, for example, Lambda or anything else. Let me walk you over the example and the project here. So first of all, before even going to the demo and the code part, I would love to read some definition and then go over the details. I have the code, everything is there, so don't worry. Please, let's understand the definition. Amazon EventBridge is a serverless event bus that makes it easier to build event-driven application at scale using event generated from your application. Integrated software as a service SaaS application and AWS services. EventBridge delivers a stream of real-time data from event sources such as Zendesk, Shopify to target like AWS Lambda and other SaaS application. You can set up routing rules and determine where to send your data to build applications and architectures that can react real-time to your data sources with the event publishers and consumer completely decoupled. This is really great, guys. Now let's learn how to create this architecture. Before that, I would like to explain you about the small architecture we are about to create. So there are a lot of people who are publishing these messages or application who are publishing these messages to our event bridge. And on an event bridge, we'll create our event bus where these messages are being published. From that, I would have rules. Based on the rules, only a certain consumers are invoked. What's my use case we are trying to build? So for example, in this application, what we're trying to build is, say you're developing an e-commerce site, and let's say whenever there's a new order, you want to process it, right? Or if there's a refund, maybe you want to invoke a different application logic. Well, this is exactly event-driven architecture. You could do that using this logic. So here, what we would do is basically a lot of messages are being published. If a message status contains new order, we would like to invoke the application Lambda. All right. So hopefully this is clear, and let's go into the action. First of all, what we need to do is go to Amazon EventBridge and click on essentially event bus. I already have an event bus, but I'll teach you how to make one. Click on create event bus, type in some name. Okay, and click on create. This should create your event bus. So this is where you would publish your messages to the bus, right? So the messages are flowing in the bus. Now, based on the message, you want to react something. So we need to create some rules, right? So what you would do is essentially click on rules, and you can click on create rules. And then let's say custom, let's say we want to fire our application if there's a new order. So we'll say filter new order, and I would try to use the underscore. Okay, so I only want to fire this up if there's a new order, right? So okay, so I essentially said that, hey, please fire this if there's a new order. We'll click on custom pattern here, and my pattern here, my pattern here would be this. So if the word status contains new order, I would like to fire my application Lambda. So I'm gonna click here and then insert that rule here, and then click on save. So my rule has been saved. Now what I can do is I want to attach trigger. So my Lambda function, I can attach hello world trigger and then click on create. I've already done that, but I'm just walking over the steps. Now once you have done that, right, so this application, so you have an event bus, and then you have then you have rules, right? Let me see, I already have a rule. So that's my rule. Essentially, I've already created called my event. And this is the one that we created. Now what I'm about to show you here is I would essentially have a code which essentially publishes the messages. If this contains the word new order, it would fire up the Lambda. Okay, so before that, I would like to show you the Lambda. Lambda is nothing crazy, a simple Lambda with a hello world. All I'm doing is essentially want to show you, I'm just printing the message. Okay, so if you see on CloudWatch at this point, and I'm just gonna refresh this to show you. There are only one time that I have published this message before the video because I was testing it, right? Now I'm gonna run the code and show you that, okay? So let me explain you the code. Don't worry about this. I'm gonna delete all the credential. I have an access key, secret key, and the event bus ARN. So you can get the event bus ARN by clicking on event bus and click on copy ARN. I've done that. I made a class called event bus. I have a constructor where I'm creating a client object, and I have a method called send event. The job of this is to take a JSON data and return the response object. Now here is my code. I have a simple JSON data which says new order. First what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna publish a message called pending. This is a pending order. Okay, so I'm gonna say customer order pending. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna publish this message to that event bus. Okay, click, and hopefully I should see a JSON body from Boto3. So as you can see, my message has been published. I got an event ID. Let's see if the Lambda is being fired or not. I'm moving over the CloudWatch at this point, and hopefully, as you can see, I do not have a message, right? Because the filter rule is taking place, right? I said probably that, hey, I only want to fire my application logic if you see a new order. Okay, now let's fire up a new order. Okay, so now a new order came in. The application essentially is publishing event at a pretty high rate. Okay, so Sawmill bought a new product 1234. We published the message to the event bus. Now, as I said, based on the architecture, the message is being published in the event bus. Now there are rules, and based on the rules, consumers are being invoked. Now, if you look at my Lambda, and if I go to CloudWatch, and I'm now going to refresh this, click on the refresh button, and I know it's a little tiny, so let's try to be a bit patient. Let's try to refresh again. I think I have to go to a new log group. It created a new log group, so I'm going to click on monitor. I'm going to click on view logs in CloudWatch. Wait for this to open, and you should see Sawmill bought a new item. That one was published to the the consumer got the event because of the rules, right? So I'm gonna wait. There you go. That's my log. Gonna open up, and as you can see, that's my message. And as you can see here, new order, Sawmill bought the product 1234. That is amazing, right? As I said, very powerful for making event-driven application. If something, so the consumer will keep on putting messages, and based on the rules you define, the producer is gonna keep producing messages, and based on the rules you define, the consumer will be invoked accordingly. Absolutely amazing. The things that you can design with this is just crazy, right? Event-driven architectures, for example, this is just one of them I showed you, right? For example, you can also develop real-time, if you want to act like, if you have a real-time stream going on, for example, if people are putting in data, let's say someone, maybe viewed or clicked on a product and you want to act on that, well, you can publish this message to the event bus, and in the event bus you can write rules. Based on the rules, you can fire up lambdas, you can push the message on S3 or Dynamo or whatever you're trying to develop. I hope this is useful, and if you did find this video useful, do let me know by doing that in the comment section below. The source code is also there in the description section below, so hopefully you can download that. Remember, the best way to learn is to try it out. So I would say pause the video, go to AWS, click on few button, create this stuff. You have the code, run the code. That's the way you will learn it. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy, do give a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel. As usual, guys, keep smiling, keep programming, and I will see you guys in the upcoming next video.